Hi everyone. Hello, we're glad you're here with us today watching this video. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you can kind of see what we're going to be talking to you about today. So we're happy to be with you here today via this form, this manner. And so my name is Melissa Benucci, for those of you that don't know me, with Value Teachers National Life.
And I'm Karen Tacone, and we have been servicing your school for many years as your retirement and life insurance providers.
And so it's that time again, so we want to come back to you this year just to go back to the basics and basically get your retirement and life insurance on check for this new school year. So we're going to go through these slides really quickly. We have a little video we want to show you as well and be able to share this information with you because we will be visiting your school as well to be able to meet with you, okay?
And the reason why we're so passionate about this topic is because we as retirement educators work alongside the school districts each and every day. And we meet with teachers and school district employees, and we have realized that only 1 out of 4 of them are actually saving for retirement. And after about 30 years of teaching or of service in the districts, we're seeing that about 60% of teachers take on a second career if they already don't have something on the side.
Right, and that's so important. And so the reason why we love educating educators is because most educators, when they retire, they think they're just going to rely on maybe what the pension pays them. In your case, you don't have the state pension, so you're just relying on what you save. And a lot of people just rely on Social Security, or we like to call it social insecurity. And the sad news is that according to the Nationwide Retirement Institute, about 44% of older Americans who are retired or plan to retire within 10 years see Social Security as their main source of retirement income. We don't want you to see that as your main source. We want you to be able to rely on you saving for yourself and not have to rely on Social Security because it may not be there when you get there. And you know, I like this quote at the bottom where it says, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. And that's what we want you to have, that when you retire, you have wealth and you're able to experience a great life in retirement. And so, what's next here?
So we have a short video that basically explains the savings plans that are available to you as an employee. They're called 403Bs. They're basically like the not-for-profit version of a 401k. It is a retirement savings specially designed for you.
So let's see.
Why 403B? A better question is, why not? It just makes sense, not just to do it, but to do it now. Consider the story of Harry, his sister Sally, and their Uncle Sam. Harry and Sally got their jobs at the same time in the same school district. Both took a look at the benefits to see what they had to offer. After all, they're called benefits for a reason. One smart move Sally made was to start saving with a 403B tax-free savings account. Let's come back to that. Her brother looked at the benefits and thought, cool, I'll get in on that later. The young man had a busy social schedule, and he didn't think it made sense to start to put money away. It's not that Harry isn't a smart guy. Both of them are smart. It's just that he didn't take the time to understand the importance or ease of getting in on a 403B, which is a shame. Because while Sally was saving her hard-earned money and lowering the amount of income tax coming out of her pay, Harry was throwing too much of his money to his Uncle Sam, who they both saw once a year. Had Harry understood how simple a 403B is to set up and how important it is to start saving in a 403B sooner rather than later, he likely would have made a different decision. If only someone had shown him the facts. Let's take a step back and look at this another way. Okay, Sally sets up her 403B and she's well set. Small contributions that don't really dent her income, but will add up in the long run. Her brother doesn't. For the price of a few trips to the local coffee shop, he could, but he just hasn't been properly instructed. So he waits. Years. And that time is costly. Very costly. His sister starts her 403B right away and is in the plan for 7 years. That's it. After those 7 years, she decides to become a full-time mom, and her contributions to the plan stop. Harry does not sign up initially and gets in about the same time his sister stops working. Time passes. Lots of time. Sally's 403B continues to grow, even though she stopped contributing. Her brother, he doesn't have that luxury. Because he waited, it takes him over 20 more years of working and saving for the value of his 403b to equal hers. Think about that. 20 more years to save the same amount because he waited. Okay, snap back to now. Harry finally sat down and had someone explain the plan to him, and the light went on. Harry realized that it just made sense. Simple, common sense. So he signed up. Way to go, Harry. Why 403b? A better question is, why not? It just makes sense.
So there is our video that we wanted to kind of give you an idea of why the 403b is important. That's why it's important to definitely not wait and get it open as soon as you can. And here are some of the reasons why. We have two, obviously, 403bs that we have with your school. You can either save pre-tax or save after tax. Well, the pre-tax option is Uncle Sam's gift to you. And we're going to show you how that works. And you can save either or. And so basically here you can see that if you were making $3,000 a month gross and your withholdings are $750, you're left with $2,250. If you took $300 and just threw it into your savings account, after taxes have been withheld, your net pay would be $1,950. But if you decide, you know what, I think I'm going to save pre-tax in a 403b. Well, if you took that same $300 and saved it into your 403b and it came out, before taxes, then Uncle Sam sees you as making only $2,700. Your taxes go down, and saving the same amount, you've just given yourself a $75 pay raise. So what if you say, you know what, I've been living well on $1,950. Let me go ahead and bump up, to $400. Now Uncle Sam sees you making less money, and now you have the same net pay as when you were saving $300. But good things have happened here. You're saving on your taxes, and you're saving more money, which in turn is going to help you for your future. And so whether you save pre-tax or after tax, the importance is to start saving today. And you don't have to be doing $300 if you cannot afford that. You start with whatever you can afford, and we're going to run those numbers for you. And then you can increase as you go to hopefully get to that goal. Okay?
And you don't only have to have one. You can have both if you want to have some pre-tax and some after-tax as well. But this slide here is amazing because it basically illustrates the point of the video. How as time goes by, you're going to have to put forth a lot more effort in terms of catching up. And then also this slide also talks about the fact of compounding interest, how over time little changes can make a significant difference in your retirement savings. So during our appointments, if you already are an existing client, we will be going over your account. We'll be looking at what these small increases can do for your account, and we'll be able to talk to you about how you're progressing.
And also, we want to show you a little bit. Screen here. We want to talk about the story, obviously, of the tortoise and the hare. And I know you guys are teachers, and you know this story. Slow and steady wins the race. You know the outcome. And so the reason why we show this to you is that there's basically three options when you're going to save for your future, whether it's through a 403b, IRA, any other type of retirement vehicle. And so you have three options. One of them, you can put one of the options, you can put your money into the market where it's going to kind of ride this little roller coaster here.
That would be your share.
Yep. Or the market goes down, you can lose money, market goes up. And so you kind of have the risk factor where you're trying to win the race really quickly. And sometimes that might work for some people, sometimes it might not. We've noticed that in the school system, most people like to choose the slow and steady. And so the one that we see here, this green line is a fixed. It is slow. It's going to get a conservative, just fixed interest rate, no matter what's happening in the market. But then there's this blue line that we call the index account, which a lot of you are in this right now. And so how this one works is that as the market goes up, your rates go up. When it goes down, you don't lose any money. You also don't pay any fees to be in this blue line, which we call the index line. So as you can see, over 20 years, in this case, that story is true about the tortoise and the hare. In this case.
And if you have an account with us, that's the one you have.
Right.
That's the one we work with.
Right. And this one, see, tortoise wins because slow and steady after all these years has won that race. So the point is not what you're going to make this year or next year as far as when we look at how interest rates work. Basically, we want to see what it's going to look like in 20 years or 30 years.
Long term.
Slow and steady compounding in there for you. Okay.
And, these are some of the features that make, our account holders, different in terms of the features that we offer with our, our accounts and our programs. One of the main things, and I would say the number one thing that we do is to educate you. We want to talk to you about all of the different aspects of your retirement, not just, 403B. So because we believe that knowledge is power. The other thing, as Melissa was saying, that, safety is key. So we believe that, long-term growth, having something safe that is going to be there is essential. And because these accounts are not invested in aggressively and things like that, you're not going to have any administrative charges or fees taken out of your account. This is a completely free account. The only charges that may incur is or would be penalties if you're going to touch these monies prematurely. And we also have online access to your accounts on a quarterly basis. If you wanted to view your accounts, you can do that online through your personal portal, by setting up your account, your username and password, or you can download the client app. And these accounts, whether it's a 403B or IRA that we provide, they are flexible in terms of you are able to increase, decrease, stop contributions, it's the amounts can be changed at any time. And that could be done through the Altamont Clear portal, and we can provide you with those instructions. Also, we have some programs that will be able to offer you bonuses. So in other words, if you're contributing a certain amount, National Life Group will add a bonus of 5% or, something similar to that to your contributions for a period of time. We also have programs that are able to turn your lump sums after, a significant amount has been put in, into some type of steady stream of income. So basically converting your retirement savings into a pension. We work with a lot of, school teachers and their spouses and, people that have accounts outside of the district, like 401ks, that they would want to turn into something steady. And so that's something popular that we work with as well. And then the fact that this account is portable, it is yours. It is sponsored through your employer because it's coming out of your paycheck. But essentially, you are the owner of the account, and it is a portable account. So if you ever separated from service, you are able to bring it with you and continue your contributions. So again, these are some of the main features that we wanted to highlight based on the program that we're offering and that we work with OSOTA.
And I also want to mention, when we mentioned account portability, if you have other accounts as well, if you were working in Orange County or worked in not another school, any other job, and you have accounts there, 401k, other 403bs, IRAs, you have the option to also move those accounts now into the 403b you could be opening here at the school. So
correct. We're able to consolidate accounts. Yes, we were able to bring and consolidate everything into one safe place.
For you and anybody, spouse and anybody that's not even working on the school system. So we also want to talk to you about, we're almost done here, we also want to talk to you about the life insurance we also provide in addition to retirement accounts. And yes, that is a picture of me. I had a terrible accident about 7 months ago and I totaled my car. Thank God it was just I had minor burns and things like that, and God spared my life. I'm very thankful. But it did just kind of put into perspective life for me. And I know some of you have been through situations like that. And that is why life insurance is important. I remember the day after my accident, I woke up that morning, I hardly slept that night, and I said, oh my goodness, you always think the what ifs. What if I would have died in that accident? What would have happened to my family, my kids? Were they going to be okay? And I was okay because I did have life insurance. I do have life insurance. If something were to happen to me, I know that financially my family can continue and they're going to have enough funds to be able to take care of the finances. So that's super important. If you have people that depend on you, kids, spouse, that depends on your income, it's very important to have that life insurance to be able to leave something behind. God forbid something happened prematurely.
And now more than ever, Melissa, because of the pandemic, we've been getting a lot of phone calls from family members that want to make sure that they are secure and have something in place in the time that we're living.
So we have, term insurance where it's 10, 15, 20, 30-year coverage available. We have whole life and index universal life where it's more permanent coverage. It's for your whole life. It builds cash accumulation, and it also has tax-free retirement strategy. And all our insurance basically come with living benefits, which is insurance you don't have to die to use. So if you don't, die prematurely and you have a chronic illness or critical illness or injury or terminal illness, you can actually pull money from the death benefit to cover some of the expenses you might have in these situations. And so very important, we can run the numbers for you. A lot of people think life insurance is expensive, and no, they're very affordable depending on which one you choose. Again, very, very important. We insure everything we have, our house, our cars, even our cell phones, our health, and we fail to insure the most important thing God has given us, which is our lives. So we will be able to talk to you about that in our appointment and be able to run some numbers for you and just get the knowledge that you need in that aspect.
Yeah, and this life insurance is also not something that can come out of your paycheck, but it is something that can be linked to your bank account. Again, portability is important. And we always like to make sure that you understand that although we are extending these benefits to all of the employees there at your school, we also can extend our services to your friends and your family. So we always welcome referrals, and if you found this information important and valuable, and would like to share it, we ask that you pay it forward and that you share this video, or you share information, and have your friends and family contact us so that we can serve them as well.
Right, so that is it for us. Our contact information is on the slide. It's also going to be in the obviously email where you got this video. And so we've been proudly serving you guys for 5 years. We love your school. We love the staff. We love your administration. It's a great school to work with. So as former educators, we love being in a school where it's so innovative. We love the creativity you have there. And so we're going to be hopefully meeting with most of you, or hopefully all of you, while we're there.